Welcome to the channel. This is Coach Charles on the Soccer Benchmark. The Manchester Derby is here with us, and everyone is excited. More so the red side of Manchester. I think things are looking up for Manchester United, considering that Ruben Amorim has really improved the playing style. You can be able to see what the coach is trying to do, and some of the players, or most of the players, are buying into what he's trying to achieve. But a few are still lagging behind. I think there's still time. There'll be room. There'll be mistakes. Like you said, uh, we'll suffer. We'll suffer. But at some point, United will be a team that is worth talking about in terms of being strong, being organized, winning games, and so on and so forth. However, on the blue side of Manchester, there's a crisis. In fact, if this was to happen to any coach in the Premier League, I think they'll be losing their job anytime soon. Because in the last 10 games, Manchester City has only won one game. They have drew 2 games, they have lost 7 of them. You can only compare that to Pep's various games that he has played. In one of 5 games, Pep has only lost 7 times and drew twice. So you can see how the mighty has fallen, how Manchester City are really struggling. In fact, if there was a period in the Premier League that Manchester United should feel confident going to the Etihad, this is the time. Because Pep Guardiola is rattled, you can see even from his press conferences, he's been complaining left, right, and center. The manager is not even feeding, he's not eating well. He's scratching himself reckless, because of pressure. And you can imagine if this is a pressure that just a few months and Pep is under this much pressure, how much pressure was Ten Hag on? Ask yourself. So you should pat Ten Hag on the back on how he managed to handle pressure. You could not see it in him. You could not see through him because I think he's one of those coaches that were just anti-pressure. But Pep is really feeling the pressure because he's used to winning. Now, what is happening is that we didn't know the effect of Rodri until we lost Rodri. This player has been deemed very special or very big to Manchester City because ever since Rodri went down injured, City have not been City again. They have been struggling. They have been disorganized. The midfield is easy to play through. In fact, teams are now playing over them because City will tend to press so high. So most teams will just play the ball over them and have runners hit them hard. You could see the game against Crystal Palace, the same influence was employed against Bournemouth, against Brighton, even Juventus. City's highline is very much exposed because I think the midfield is not functioning. So this is the time Manchester United should be able to just inflict some pain on Manchester City. Imagine their last 10 games, they've only won once, and drew twice and lost 7 times. If you look at that log, it is all red except 1 green and 2 amber. That tells you how Manchester City is really struggling. Anyway, City will not lie down against United. I think a derby, everything goes out of the door. Everyone wants to win a derby, and I think Manchester City will not allow United to win at the Etihad. And you can even see the postman is already gone, the celebration that City like using so much because there is nothing to celebrate because they are always losing, they are always drawing games that they are supposed to be winning. A possible lineup will exclude Lewis, who is definitely out. Ake is, I think, definitely out. Akanji and Stones are being monitored. They are 50-50 for this game. So Manchester City will either bring in an academy player to play at the left back, or they'll have to just play Bernardo Silva at the left back. So their lineup basically will be Ederson, Walker, Diaz, Vardiol, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan. I think Kovacic will come in, and then De Bruyne, Doku. I think Foden will be brought back into this game because Foden really knows how to punish United. Over the past seasons, he's been scoring against United. I remember, was it last season when they both scored a hat-trick, him and Haaland, against United. So I think he'll be brought back into this game. And Haaland, of course, remains as the number 9. But we are happy that Haaland is not firing on all cylinders because basically he's always unplayable when he's doing that. But United should take hope that this is a game that we can easily win if the team plays right. Manchester United, on the other hand, should not take this game lightly. I think they should be as concentrated as possible. I think this is the time that the players need to really turn up because this is a Manchester derby and no one really wants to lose derbies. And this is one of the biggest derby in the world. And the viewership will be extraordinary considering that United have already brought in a new coach who's had already 4 Premier League games. He's won only 1. He's drawn the other. He's lost 2 against Arsenal and Forest. And the Forest game was mad with mistakes and errors, individual mistakes really cost that game. The Arsenal game was very nice. The first half was very, very well done. In fact, Manchester United even had a higher ball possession against Arsenal. But then Arsenal happened. The corner masters, they decided to bring in the corner after corner. And what happened? We could not defend these guys because we have really small players. Martinez is really small. Yoro is still not mature enough. I think they just outtrain us. They outplayed us. The years of repetitive playing football together, different styles, different ways. I think Arsenal's match against Manchester United came too soon for Ruben Amorim. But that is water under the bridge. United had a win in the midweek. They had to come back after playing a very boring first half. I don't know what was happening. That structure did not work at all. Dalot Mazrui, I don't think those two, Mosso Dalot did not give much in that game. Mazrui has always been our best player since he was brought in. This game was a bit quiet. You could see the struggles. The team were really struggling. The midfield was not clicking. Bruno was playing so deep as a double pivot with Casemiro, and that did not really help United. United's course when it came to attack. However, Rashford should really start thinking about what he does in his next life, because I don't think his career at United is safe. You could see that he was just off. The body language, how he feels, you can see strength and stamina in a player, but Rashford was just off. I'm not picking on Rashford, but this is the truth. This is a player that has been in United for so long. He should be one of the senior players, but he's not giving us what is expected of him. So when the coach did the changes against Victoria Pilsen, I think the changes really work. Anthony, Mount, Højlund, I think these players really brought some pace, some directness to the attack, and that is how we got our 2 goals, courtesy of Højlund. So going to the Manchester derby, I think we need that form for Højlund to continue. He's been scoring some really pretty goals, so United need him. The last 10 games, United has won 6, drawn 2, lost 2 in all competition. That is including of the time Ruud van Nistelrooy was in charge. But this is now Amorim era, the 3-4-3 system, and it has to be implemented, come heaven, come hell, and that is what the players have to go through. Every player has been given an opportunity to express himself, and others have taken that mantle. They have run away with it. Others are struggling. Others are really out of favor completely. They cannot handle the system, and this is where Rashford comes in. He cannot handle this system. I feel he is not made for this system. So I always ask, if you take pace from Rashford, what else does he offer the team? Without his pace, I think Rashford is basically a kindergarten player. That is my opinion. And I'll be harsh on him because he's been here for years. He's been in Manchester all this time, and his performance has been going down. Now, Manchester United will line up, I think, the same players. I think we'll make a few changes. We are looking at Onana in goal. Martinez, I think Maguire will come in because we need some fresh legs at the back, because City will pass you out of the game. So we need someone who is fresher. I think Delete will be also will be in the defense. Mazrui, We'll have Dalot, Ugarte, Bruno, Ahmad, and Hojland. Maino will partner Ugarte at the center of the pitch. This means that Bruno will be pushed up the pitch. So that gives us a bit of legs, a bit of composure. Possession, I think, will be okay. So what United need to do is really be pragmatic about this game. The last time Amorim played against City, he was at Sporting and he beat them convincingly, a 4-1 win in the Champions League. I don't think he'll bring that system or that high pressure game to this one, because this is Manchester City and this is Etihad Stadium. He has to be pragmatic about this game. He has to be very controlled. The players must make very minimal mistakes. The players must be able to possess. Out of possession, the system should go back to 4-3-3. In possession, I think we can always expand. We can push our wing backs much forward. I loved the Ahmad option where he was playing a number 10. He's pretty good. In fact, he's closer to the defense. He's able to run the defenders. So that wing, I think they'll be missing a senior player in the left wing. So I think United should be able to exploit that. Where will this game be won and lost? I believe whoever scores the first goal, I think, will have an upper hand. If United gets that first goal, I think City will struggle to come in, because now they've been losing games, they have not been in form. So it means that they'll have doubt in their head, they'll have that fear, they'll have that worry, and that is how people lose games. If United concede the first goal, I think they'll struggle, because City tends to be very possessive. They can possess the ball the entire 90 minutes. So that will be a challenge to United. So big players have to turn up. The Brunos, the Onanas, the defenders, Delete, Maguire, and the sixth position must be manned properly. And if a chance appears, I think we need to take them. That is where Hojland comes in. He has to really take these chances. We need to be possession-based. We need to be pragmatic. We need to be able to handle the pressure that City will throw at us. And this is a game that if United wins, I think it will push the confidence of the players in the system and even the manager sky high. So we need this win. We need this performance to be big. We cannot have the Forest performance repeated again, because there were a lot of mistakes, there were a lot of issues, and Onana has to really turn up. The mistake that he did against Victoria in the Europa League, I think he should be able to avoid that completely. You cannot give City such a simple goal. You cannot give City such opportunities. You cannot leave your defenders unsupported. Your goalkeeper must be protected. And that is how this game is going to be won. So tactically, I think I believe that Amorim has the weapons. He has the bench. The bench for United is really healthy this time round, and we are really excited about it. Lenny Yoro is on the bench. We have people like Eriksen. We have Rashford there. We have Garnacho. We have Mount and Zaxi. I think those are players that can come in and bring some changes. So I believe that this is a game that United needs to really push for. They really need to go for that win, but be very pragmatic about it. Anyway, that is my view. That is my opinion. I did not remind you. If you've not subscribed, this is the moment. Take a minute, subscribe, click on the like button, share, and comment. Let's discuss this thing widely, and let's keep playing football the Manchester Derby way.